Hello aspirants, welcome to Vidyan's IAS. So finally, the OCS Mains 2024 result has been published and there are some things I want to talk about. First of all, let me clarify one thing that this is not fear mongering but the reality we are facing currently. So if you guys remember, of course you will remember if you have appeared the 2024 prelims. The vacancies were 200, right? And according to OPSC's official notification, there will be around 12 times of the vacancy that will give mains, and of these 12 times, 2 times of the vacancy will give interview. So this is basically the shortlisting process. Okay, OPSC clearly mentions that about 2 times, about 2 times will be shortlisted for the interview. Now, if you carefully look at the mains result, there has been a selection of 385 candidates. Okay, 385. 2 times of 200 would be 400, right? So we have a deficit of 15 candidates. To make my argument stronger, I will give you instances of the past. Okay, let's see. In the previous attempt, previous means in the 2023 notification, there were 399 vacancies in total. All right, and 806 candidates were shortlisted, which is more than 2 times. Okay, more than 2 times. Around 8 candidates were more. Then let's have a look at the 2022 notification year. The vacancies were 683. All right. And the 2 times of 683 becomes 1366. Got it? And we had 1367 candidates selected. Basically, that's also more than 2 times. In the previous year than that, in 2021 notification, there were 405 vacancies. Later on, I think around 20 posts were added. Okay, so finally, in that year also, we had 871 candidates shortlisted for personality tests. So if you see historically, we had more than twice the number of vacancies of candidate selected for the PT. But what happens now? Things have changed this year. Okay, and why I am focusing on this so much is we had 385 selections instead of 400, right? That's a 15 candidates difference. A 15 candidate shortfall is not the primary concern here. Okay, what is concerning is, would OPSC knowingly, intentionally eliminate 15 candidates, decrease this number to 385? Would they do it? Is there any reason for them? Because historically they have not done it. Okay, historically they would, what they tend to do is they would add more number than twice. So basically they would have added 401 or 400 something. Okay, 410 or something, anything, but more than 400 they would have added. But this time adding 385 candidates gives a strong message and a strong suspicion ground that maybe maybe this is the number of candidates who have qualified in the mains exam. And you know what qualification means? You need to secure 75 marks. Okay, 75 marks. That is 30% at least in all paper. Okay, you need to secure 30% marks in all paper to qualify in the mains exam. This is for your category, obviously, and accordingly, the official notification says the commission shall be competent to fix qualifying marks in any or all of the subjects in the exam. Okay, so they have this discretion. I remember students' reaction in the essay paper. Okay, after they were out of the exam center, uh, some students were literally crying there. Okay, why? Because of the introduction of philosophical essays this time, and all philosophical essays. Okay, mind you, in the past, OPSC hasn't asked that much of philosophical essays. Even in the philosophical parts, they typically revolve around ethics and morality, and they have more of static linkages. Okay, in our mains guidance program, I had already instructed our students you might expect some philosophical essays and prepare accordingly. But even we had no idea that we will get all philosophical essays, to be honest. But we were expecting some. And to all the aspirants community who had no idea, this has been a shocker. So what would someone do if they face these kind of philosophical essays in the exam? They will still try this to link with the static topics. Okay, they will try to link to the static topics, whatever they have read, whatever they have prepared, and put all their prepared contents forcefully into these. This is the possible outcome. Okay, and there will be some candidates who are prepared or who can let their imaginations run wild. Okay, in the exam hall, they think of something different and come up with a solution to address this. And meanwhile, OPSC instructs the examiners that evaluate the philosophical essays as it should be. And this is where the game changed. Maybe the minimum score we are looking for, that 75 marks, most of the candidates have failed to acquire. This is one chance. And if you look at the past, in the past, what OPSC has done is they typically disqualify candidates in the language paper. Okay, based on the language paper scores, they disqualify them. But earlier, it was 33%. You need to score 33% to qualify. But with the recent amendments, it has been drastically reduced to 25%. Okay, so with 25% qualifying marks, it might be possible that candidates have taken it lightly and they were not as serious as earlier. So these are my two conjectures which I feel might be the case this time behind shortlisting 385 candidates for the PT. So the question is what you should do about this information. Should you panic? No, you shouldn't panic. You should be aware. You should be careful of the upcoming exams where you might need to perform above average in the language papers. Not to target that 25. Okay, not to target the 25%, thinking that I need to secure just 25, 26%. Okay, that's all I need to do. No, this is a gone deal. You have to focus on your language paper. Okay, at least target around 40, 50 percentage. That will be safe for you. And second thing is with the migrating pattern of OPSC, it's high time you prepare for the exam like UPSC. Okay, you have to prepare for philosophical essays, you have to prepare for dynamic questions in all the four papers, JS 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll verify these theories once the real scores are out after the result. Till then, if you are looking for a proper simulated test series which is exactly in line with OPSC pattern, you can check out our OAS Prelims test series. which we do not claim, but our students say that it is highly in line or a proper simulator of the real OPSC level exam. Okay, our full marks are completely in line with OPSC's exam pattern, OPSC's favorite areas, OPSC's repeated themes. So if you want to practice and prepare the right way, you can check out the Prayas test series. And for the philosophical essay part, we will bring out a solution for you guys in a short while after the prelims, where you will get complete guidance on how to approach the philosophical essays, what to write, how to write. We will not only teach you about it, we will give 50 to 100 sample model essays on philosophical topics to practice. That's all for today. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.